Hey guys, it's Nadine. Welcome to my channel. For today's video, I wanted to share with you some of my favorite recipes or my foolproof go-to recipes whenever I have to make something and I don't really know what to make. I don't feel like experimenting in the kitchen. These 3 recipes are my tried and tested meals that I am always just cooking up. So if you are a beginner or just starting out in the kitchen trying to find recipes that you want to kind of take under your recipe bank in your head, then I hope that this video will be very helpful for you and that you will try them out and enjoy them. By the way, all of the recipes are actually vegetarian friendly. They're all veggie, but yeah, they're just fun little recipes, easy peasy. Some of them might take a bit more time. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and find it helpful, and let's just begin. The first thing we're making is a veggie fried rice. I swear this is what I make when I do not know what to cook and it always hits a spot. Today I'm showing you a serving good for 4 to 5 people, and for this you will need the following ingredients: a few cloves of garlic, a yellow onion, half a carrot, or you can also use the whole one if you want, a few pieces of cabbage, some shiitake mushrooms. I had some spinach in the fridge, so I'm adding those in as well, 2 eggs, and a few cups of rice. For seasoning, I'm using some soy sauce and a bit of sriracha and salt and pepper. So I'm using a wok and I'm heating up some olive oil, or you can use sesame oil for more flavor. And I'm just gonna swirl the oil around the pan. I'm sorry about the camera angle and my arm. Sometimes I don't really know what I'm filming. To the hot pan, I'm gonna add in the onion and the garlic, stir it around and let it cook until translucent. I'm also gonna add some seasoning, salt and pepper. After it has cooked a bit, I'm now gonna add the chopped carrots, and I forgot to mention, but I'm also gonna put in some corn for some sweetness, and everyone loves corn, it's so delicious. I'm gonna add it to my rice. I'm gonna stir that in, create a hole or a well, add a bit more oil, and my eggs. I'm gonna do like kind of 1 egg at a time, even though it's scrambled, because I like my eggs fully cooked. Some people, they mix it in when the rice is already there, but I like it kind of more cooked and distinct. After the eggs have been cooked through, I will stir everything together. Next up, I'm gonna add some chopped shiitake mushrooms, and I'm gonna cover the pan so that it can kind of steam through. When the mushrooms are cooked, I'm gonna add the rest of the vegetables, which is cabbage and spinach. Again, you can add any other vegetables you have on hand, and I'm gonna season again with some salt and pepper, covering it to let it steam a bit. While that's cooking, I wanted to have a side of spinach dumplings. These are vegetarian friendly, and I got them at the Vegan Grocer. Boil a pot of water and add in my dumplings. So here's how the vegetables look. We can now add the rice as everything's cooked through, and it's time to season. I'm gonna add 2 big spoons of soy sauce and some salt, pepper, and some sriracha, not too much because we don't like it too spicy. And that secret ingredient that I just put is for added sweetness. It's actually bulgogi marinade. If you have hoisin or oyster sauce, you can also add that and some sugar if you want. But now I'm just gonna stir everything together, crushing the rice. By the way, this is day-old rice. It's rice that has been in the fridge. It just makes the cooking process a lot easier. And if you have spare rice, you can just, make fried rice out of it. So I'm just stirring everything and making sure everything's well coated with the sauce. And afterwards, I'm just gonna plate it up for a nice hearty meal. So that's the fried rice, and I'm now adding in the side dumplings. They kind of broke, but it's really, really delicious. Again, one of my favorite meals, and I hope you guys try this out. Next up, we're doing the easiest, which is pesto pasta. And since it was super easy, I wanted to fry up some vegetarian chicken nuggets on the side. I'm not teaching you how to make the chicken nuggets, by the way, but yeah, let's do the pasta. It's super easy. You will need some cloves of garlic, some pesto. Please Do not buy this pesto from the grocery, it sucks. I used this one. And you would need some grated Parmesan cheese and your pasta of choice. I'm using spaghetti because we had some left over. So let's get cooking. So starting off with the pasta, I already have it cooked by the way, so we're gonna get right into the sauce. I'm pouring some olive oil in a small pan because I'm only cooking for myself, adding in the garlic and letting it cook a bit, brown just a tiny bit, not too much. And then I'm gonna add some of the pesto sauce. This pesto is really good, tastes very basil-y. I'm just adding in a bit of water. If you're cooking your pasta at the same time, you can just add some pasta water. I'm adding some yogurt to make it a bit creamy. You can use all-purpose cream or even sour cream or cream cheese if you want. And then I'm just gonna add the spaghetti that we have left over and just stir it up and add some Parmesan cheese, and that's basically the pasta done. It's so fast and easy. Next up, I wanted a side of chicken nuggets, so I'm just gonna fry them in oil. And do not judge me, but I kind of low-key burnt, not really burnt, but they're super like dark brown instead of golden brown. Once it's cooked, I'm just gonna leave it on a little paper towel to dry off, and that is my lunch. I'm serving it in a bowl, twirling it and trying to make it look fancy, even though I'm not, adding a bit more Parmesan cheese and the chicken nuggets. Spoiler alert, guys, the pasta tastes really good, but the vegan or vegetarian chicken nuggets, they're not it. I don't like them. I didn't like it. It wasn't delicious. The texture was off and weird. But let's move on to the next recipe, which will take us the longest. It is a vegetarian shepherd's pie inspired dish. It's really delicious, perfect for dinner. So for the filling, you will need garlic, onion, some shiitake mushrooms, an eggplant, zucchini, and I added this type of mushroom. I forget what it's called. And then a can of crushed tomatoes. For the mashed potatoes, you would obviously need some potatoes, a knob of butter, some milk, and some Quickmelt cheese or any cheese. So first we're gonna cook the potatoes, as we would have to boil water and boil them, and it might take some time. So we're just gonna do that first thing, and in a different pan we're gonna start working on the filling. So we need to add some oil, onion and garlic as per usual. Let that brown, let that cook, season it if you want, salt and pepper or any other seasoning that you have, like garlic powder, whatever. And then we're gonna add in the zucchini, stir, mix it up a bit, and we're also gonna add the mushrooms and the eggplant. I just diced everything sort of the same size so everything cooks through evenly. And we're just gonna cover this so that it can steam a bit and cook through. So while that's happening, my potatoes were actually done already. So we're gonna work on that. In a food processor, I'm adding all of the potatoes, some milk, a knob of butter, and seasoning, salt and pepper again, and I'm just gonna blitz it up. This makes your mashed potato super creamy and smooth instead of mashing it manually. So yes, this is the consistency I got. It's a bit dry. I would recommend you adding a bit more milk, but I didn't. I thought this was fine, but you'll see me struggle in a bit. So here's how the vegetables are doing. They look very well cooked, and I think it's time to add the sauce. So I'm just adding the crushed tomatoes and a little bit of water. I just added to the tin so we can get all of the tomatoes out. I'm gonna stir that, and again, season, salt and pepper. I just season along the way. I'm adding a bit of sugar to make it a bit sweet, but you don't have to if you don't want to. Stir that, and again, we're gonna cover and let that kind of bubble for around 5 minutes. Afterwards, when it's all nice and bubbly, I think it's good to go. So in a nice baking dish, I'm using this one. I'm just gonna add all of the filling, and I actually got a lot of filling. It's a bit watery, I'm not gonna lie, because of the tomatoes, but I'm fine with it. And now here's my struggle. The potatoes were a bit dry, so it was a struggle for me to kind of smoothen out like this. It doesn't even look that good, but that's okay because we're gonna cover everything with some cheese. I'm just grating some Quickmelt cheese on top. I'm adding a lot because we love cheese and we want a nice crispy and brown top. So here is how the dish looks before we put it in the oven. I'm just using a toaster oven because I don't know how to use your oven, to be honest. So I'm just gonna put it in for around 5 minutes just to let the cheese melt because everything's already cooked anyway. So the cheese got so oozy and bubbly. I'm very excited to have it. The toaster wasn't even finished yet, but it was already brown, so I took it out. And this is what it looks like. It looks beautiful, delicious, cheesy. We love. And look at the shot of me getting a serving. Wow, I would eat this. I don't know if this is too carbsy, but you can, eat it with some buttered bread. But I just had it. Did I have it alone? I think I did. It was delicious, guys. So those are all of the recipes. I hope you guys enjoyed them. Please comment down below your go-to things to cook in the comment section because I am always so curious to know what people are having for their meals, especially when I was in school or in the office. Whenever it's lunchtime, I'm always like, hey, what's your ulam? Like, I want to know what they're eating. I think it's really fun, and food is really such a conversation starter, and it's really, I don't know, I love food so much. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will definitely see you guys super soon. Bye! This video was from my heart to yours.